Welcome to Isolation Comedy by Comedy Wham, a stand-up show that's been ranked as the longest quarantine show ever. That's what they say. They've said that. We started in March, and we've done too many of these. Wear a fucking mask. Hi, welcome. I'm Colton. You're watching a bit of a stand-up comedy show, not a stand-up comedy show, obviously. Because if it was, I'd be yelling at you to buy 2 drinks and shut the fuck up, and things like that. But luckily, nothing to be here, so that's good. That's exactly right. But if you're feeling a little guilt, just invite your friends. Get them in here. There's a little share button right here. There's a little share button right there. There's a little donate button right there. Don't feel, pressure unless you're rich. Then you should feel a lot of guilt. Right? You didn't earn that money. Get on over there. Or not, whatever. Oh, how are you guys doing? I need this. I need this a lot. Yesterday, it's National Tequila Day. Anybody drinking lots of tequila? Or just me? Yesterday, I got a tattoo of Nathan on my foot. That way, I can look down and remember how silly life is. It's one of those kind reminders. Everybody is a very funny comedian. I hear my notes again because I was going to go off into a little segment about me, but then I realized I'm not doing so hot with the human communication part. How much you look at somebody's eyes? I don't know. That's what it says in the notes. I don't know. I started writing country music because I think I can do anything. Wow. Well, white. I am trying my best though. So how about, you know what? How about we get the show rolling, right? You can start off by inviting all your friends here because they should be inside, all right? If they're outside and they're doing anything else, they're gonna continue this, okay? We want to end the pandemic. So invite your friends in here, get them going, tell them how fun you are. Oh God, I know about this fun comedy show. You should totally join and get in those chats or those chats. I don't know what kind I'm on. And let us know what kind of tequila you're drinking. For me, Caso Migos, mezcal. Just me again. All right. Did you guys just not get them? Okay. Is it a real thing? Did I make it up?
You made it up.
It's true. And that's actually what you can do because there's no one here to stop me. All right. Let's get this show rolling. And if you're in your own house, which you should be, make some noise in your own house for our very beginning of this show because I certainly was no comedian. Give it up for this first comedian that you've probably seen on Epic's Fourth and 10 podcast. This person's all the way from Atlanta. Give it up for Damon Sumner.
What's going on? What's going on? Hey, everyone, I'm here. This is good. I'm excited to be here. I've showered for you. I hope you showered at least this month. Let's get into this. I got to eat dinner here. Let me get my mic. I've got a microphone because I'm a professional. Just let you know that I used to do stand-up before the world was on fire. And that's how I like to live my life. Let's talk a little bit here. What's going on, man? I'm a dad. I don't know if anybody's got any kids. If you don't, I'm definitely jealous of your disposable income, but I do. I've got three kids, man. I'm excited. I know it looks like I'm a middle school running back, but I do have 3 children. But here's the thing: kids are creeps. Let's just get right to it. We're friends now. Kids are creep. You can't trust them. A few days ago, my oldest girl, I put her to bed. It's about 7:45 because I'm a good parent, and so I put her to bed. I go back about 8:30. I'm watching TV. Then I go to the restroom to tweet. Right, so I'm on the toilet for about a half hour. I'm living life, and then like when you got the door and the little crack, the little corner that you can kind of see through. I see like one eyeball, like literally like one eyeball looking at me through the door, and I'm like, "Who is that?" And my little girl, she's like, "Oh, it's just me. I've been watching you the whole time." And I'm like, "Wait, I've been here for a half hour. How long have you been here?" She looks at her fake watch on her arm and goes, "Pretty long." And I'm like, "All right, well, we got to put you up for adoption." So she's not here with us right now. But I've got 2 left. So we're trying to figure that out in free agency. My youngest girl, she's potty training right now, which is a whole situation. The other day she was using the restroom. She was reading a book. because I like to extend nap times as long as possible. And she's there for about 10 minutes, relaxing, having a good time. And then all of a sudden she just goes, help, help. And I run into the bathroom and she's crying. I'm like, what's wrong? She's like, I can't feel my legs. I can't feel my legs. And so I'm laughing because she's discovering what happens when your legs are asleep. And she's like, my legs are dead. My legs are dead. I'm laughing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just let her crawl, army crawl from the bathroom to the bedroom. You know, you got to grow up with some humility. So my son, he's in a tough phase right now. He's 10. I don't know if there's anybody in here. Listen, growing up and learning how to bathe yourself well, like that's a transition. You know what I mean? Like it's a whole transition to learn how to bathe. Like here's the thing, he doesn't know how to bathe himself. He doesn't. He's got that kid stink. You remember that phase? That kid stink is tough. Like other day, he comes out that shower, his hair's wet, but his knees are dry. And I'm like, what are we doing? All right. How are you wet and sticky at the same time? Are you listening to me in here? All the boys stink. All the boys smell like chicken nuggets in a cup of urine. You know what I'm saying? They're not good, man. What else is going on in my life? It's 2020. As we know, we're ready for it to be 2025, so we could be a good country again. But I think before we move on to a new era, we gotta make sure we're all on the same page about some things not leaving the pandemic. There's some things that can't leave the quarantine, like the bowl of nuts at the bar. We got to shut that down. We can't have bowl of nuts in 2022. Here's the thing, nuts. You can't have public nuts. You don't know where people's hands have been. Nuts are private. You put that on a t-shirt. Nuts are private. That's how they should be. You can't just go around just out here willy-nilly with the nuts. We got to let go French kissing as well. You can't trust lips in 2020. You got to shut that down. You got to let that go. You got to I know some people are looking kind of sad now. You got to stop that. If you're still doing that, get some hobbies. You go gardening or something here, but you got to let that go. Potlucks as well. This is specifically for my white people who have good jobs. Let that go. I've seen too many raisins misplaced at a potluck. So you got to just go ahead and leave that behind in 2020 as well. I'll say this before I get out of here because I'm ready to eat my Chipotle. I've been thinking a lot about my career, you know, since I'm unemployed. And it made me think about recently my first dream job, right? Like you remember your first dream job? Like think about that, like your first dream job. Maybe you were in school and you want to be an astronaut or something crazy, right? My first dream job, too short, was that I wanted to be a clown. I don't know if anybody wanted to be a clown. Probably no. You probably grew up with good parents. I understand. Listen, I was into clowning. I was asking G's for like clown colleges. I was looking up clown makeup. I was committed. You understand? Now I go to high school, and this is when my dreams were shattered. I go to high school, and I'm about 10th or 11th grade. I go to Taco Bell. I'm living my best life. You understand? And I'll never forget the day when my whole dream was shattered. I saw a clown in the corner eating a taco salad by itself. Number one, we already know the taco salad is the mega bus of salads. We already know that. Number two, I was like my whole just mindset of like wanting to be a clown, it was gone because his face was smiling, but his soul was dead. You know what I'm saying? Like I could tell you can't be in a corner at Taco Bell and you're doing well. That's not how it goes. And now I'm confident to say that I'm off the clown ship. I was all on, and I'm all off. I don't know if there's any clowns listening to this, but do something better. I can't. We got to shut that whole thing down. First off, they're always smiling. Nobody always smiles. Look outside. Nothing is funny outside. This is why we're inside right now. I don't smile a lot. I grin, but you can't smile. I've seen too many things as an adult. You understand? I've seen a placenta. I shouldn't be smiling at all. You understand what I'm saying? I've used CVS receipt paper because they didn't have toilet paper. I can't smile. That's what I'm trying to tell you out here. Also, you just really can't trust the clown, right? Think about it. You see 4 or 5 clowns, 6 clowns, it's a good time, right? There's a circus. They're coming out of the Ford Focus. Everybody's happy. Families are laughing. Ha ha. But if you see one clown, listen to me. If you see one clown just in the wild, if you saw one clown, full costume, big nose, ears, hat, afro at the post office silent, you're not going to see your mom again. That's it. Shut that down. Go home. Yo, that's all for me, man. I hope y'all had a lot of fun. I appreciate y'all. I'm damn sorry.
Awesome, man.
That's his dog.
She's fine. She's a I promise you she's fine. Hi, I'm Colton Dowling, David Sumner, everybody. This was supposed to be an endearing setup. I changed setups, put on the ring light. I'm like, I've got my shit together, you guys. I'm sorry about that. Rough start for me, but you know what? We've got a great show coming for you. This next comedian is the third funniest person in Austin. That's just an objective truth. Been confirmed, and some very important people said it, and they put their name behind the rating. It's an approved rating, so give it up for Michael Priest.
Ooh.
Am I on? Okay. I don't see. Oh, there I am. Okay. Man, okay. Things are bad, right?
There you go.
Things are bad. So I think you guys are going to need some real Patch Adams shit. Break it down like, Robin Williams style, I'm the Polish Prince of Penis type stuff. Hopefully that works. How's my English, by the way? Is it, thank you.
It's fine.
I've been working on it. It's the only language I speak, but I've noticed that a lot of people who speak English aren't that good at it. You know what I mean? You're like, oh shit, you're like really bad at this. So sometimes like when people are speaking Spanish to me, I think they might be making it up too, But anyway, I'm bad at English because I'm from Texas, and we don't get taught that. So anyone got a gun? Oh man, I don't have a gun because like I don't like to be wasteful. Like, what if like I had the gun and then everyone's like, "Oh, you got that gun? You haven't even used it." I'm like, I'll fucking use it. Watch me.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, you got to know your rights. Did you know that if you ask a cop his sign, he has to tell you? Unless he's like a Gemini or some shit, he won't reply. I don't know. Life's hard right now. I miss going to sporting events and screaming at the other team for not being from around here. Like, go back to fucking Dallas, you piece of shit. You guys don't know how to read, and your women are ugly. That's not true about Dallas women. They're nice. They're fine. Yeah, that's why a lot of people will be like, they're like, oh man, I don't know, I really miss my ex. And you're just like, do you know that there's secret police? Fucking idiots. Oh no, your girlfriend, she's dating someone else now? That's fucking bad, man. Sucks. But did you know that the secret police are in our streets? You stupid fuck. But honestly, we do need to, I don't know, what about a compromise? How about we reform the secret police? Maybe they got to start teaching DARE or something. I don't know, man. But yeah, I don't know. All these people are like, well, let's see about the election. It's like, well, I don't think that there's not a lot of countries with both secret police and elections. But anyway, I don't know. I don't know. Lately, I've just been mouthing the words to the Pledge of Allegiance every morning. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck it. I'm not like stupid. I know that I can't undo the promises I've made. I remember that I sang all the songs and I made promises for sure. Don't you think the flag is kind of like an abusive boyfriend? It's always like, you're nothing without me. Go try to go anywhere else. You're garbage. No one else will accept you. Will you die for me? Like fucking gun to your head and shit. But I don't know. Things are bad, as I said. I've been doing what I can. In my old neighborhood, there's a dog kept tied to a tree. Sometimes I go feed him. No matter how starved he gets, he runs out to me every time. His memory is still sharp. I wouldn't be surprised if he still remembers when he was a puppy and I got him for Christmas. Hey, what's up with why are people adopting dogs and then abusing them? It's like, welcome to your forever home. That one. That's the one I'm gonna fucking wail on or whatever. Okay, here's what I have to say about dog fighting. Here's what I got to say about dog fighting. Who is this hot new dog going climbing up the ranks? That guy's fucking incredible. But things are, there is a bright side. I'm not going to be all negative. There's good things about right now. You see the best in humanity. I was at the grocery store, and the guy, the aisle over, the cashier asked these elderly people behind me in line. He said, "Did you guys find everything you're looking for?" And they go, "Well, I couldn't find any bread." And this guy in the other line says, "Here, anything in my cart is yours." And he gave it to him, and he even helped him set up a PayPal and enter their email address. It was pretty amazing. Hey, who's on Tinder? Who's on Tinder? Is anyone there on the Tinder? I haven't seen anyone. I think I got blocked by everyone, but all my guy friends complain about Tinder. They're like, "Oh man, it sucks." It's like, if you've had sex even one time, that's a pretty good app. I can't remember the last time the weather app sucked my dick. So there's that. I don't know. I've met a lot of cool people. I met a girl on Tinder. She's very attractive. She looks like George Clooney. Very hot. I don't know. Tinder's pretty cool because we have so many choices now, right? Like, remember, like, you just had to fuck someone on your street, unless they had a bike or something, and you couldn't fuck them. You're like, no, you got the next neighborhood, don't you? I know. But yeah, remember fucking your cousin? Remember people used to fuck their cousins? Remember that? So things are better, is what I'm saying. I noticed you can actually, you can really get to know someone on Bumble. That's why I have Tinder. Anyway, I don't know. I have to talk about this. Like, I feel like a lot of people think porn is wrong. It's deviant, right? But it's like not compared to other ways to watch people have sex. We can't go back to that, It's hot outside. Are you ever watching porn and you're just like watching people have sex and you just feel like a Saudi prince? You're like, yes, for a grandmother, and tell this one there's a job. Anyway, fuck the Saudis. I am so sick of the fucking Saudis. Can we all agree on that? All right. Well, thank you guys. I really appreciate it.
Awesome.
Michael Priest. Yeah. I've become such a fan of porn that I've been missing sports. So I've just been like, go dick. But it's always confusing because there's two dicks. Always two dicks. No tags. I won't tag anybody else's stuff. Promise. Promise you guys. Hey, that's a promise I'm going to keep. I won't. I've been drinking, and I'm going to get, as the 10th comic, I'm going to tag the hell out of yours. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it. You know why? Because, I'm going to have fun out here. That's my mom's advice. She's always like, have fun. So I will. This next comedian is coming all the way from Houston, Texas. She runs a podcast called Take a Break from Porn podcast. Hey, how topical. How topical. All right, give it up for a Houston's morning radio show personality, Grace Kirk.
Woo! Thank you so much. Keep clapping, please, for 6 to 7 more minutes. That would be great. So happy to be on this Zoom call. Zoom is really making me question, how long can 6 minutes really be? And the answer is vary. No, I'm like happy to be here with, I guess these are a lot of Austin comedians. I am in Austin right now. I used to actually live in Austin, but I had to move away to go to rehab. People always ask me what I went to rehab for, and I don't like to tell them because it's not anything cool like heroin. And it's not anything sad like meth. It's just something really pathetic. And the truth is, I went to rehab for whippets. Gonna take a sip of my drink to that. Lived at 21st Street Co-op. If you know it, you know it. I'm disappointed to be in quarantine part 2 because I lived in Houston, so we stopped all of that for a while. Quarantine for me has actually been really productive. I know a lot of people have been like miserable during it, but actually during quarantine, I got a new job at a Fortune 500 company. Thank you so much. It's called McDonald's. I have my own live audience. Thank you. I won't accept rejection no matter what. I was like, hey, come watch me do this Zoom show because I can't handle silence. That's why I play D'Angelo during sex. It's funny because it's true. I feel like one of the things I missed the most about life pre-quarantine was touring for stand-up. Like the last sort of tour I did was through Louisiana. Yeah, no one fucking likes Louisiana, you know? I feel like, because like what Louisiana lacks in beauty, they also lack in intelligence. So it should, there you go. It should be no surprise to you that people actually hit on me when I was there. No, I quickly learned when I was in Louisiana that everyone there is horny as fuck. Like I met a guy in Lafayette who told me that he wanted to go down on me for 3 hours. And I was like, what are you gonna do to time it? Play The Irishman on Netflix? Thank you so much. Best joke I have. Best joke. It only gets worse. I don't know. I feel like the people that are in relationships during quarantine are lucky because they get to have sex all the time. But for me, I haven't gotten laid in so long. It's like I've been quarantined for 90 days, but I haven't had sex in 500. And it's just like, it's been so long since I got laid that I'm just using one-ply toilet paper just to feel something at this point. Thank you so much. Oh my God, they like it. They like it. And that's what matters. I did, in the first part of the quarantine, I broke it to do a birthday party. I got hired to do stand-up at someone's birthday party. And this was in Humble, Texas. And if you aren't familiar with Humble, Texas, I'll just tell you this. Women are third-class citizens. It goes 1 men, 2 assault rifles, and then 3 women, but also sometimes cops instead. So I went to this house show in Humble, and you know, the birthday girl, she goes up on the mic before I go up there, and she's like, hey everybody, like, I just want to let you guys know, I'm so glad that you're here, and we're not afraid of the coronavirus hoax. And I was like, no, I'm afraid, but also I'll do anything for $25 and 2 Xanax. Sort of why I'm doing this Zoom show. I'm killing. Who else can say that? I don't know. If this goes any worse, I'm gonna get someone from Galveston to spit in my mouth. That was the original joke because people in Galveston had more cases, but now I live in Houston, which is like the worst city in America. So it's just, it cancels itself out. It doesn't matter anymore. One really sad thing is I got broken up with during quarantine. Yay.
Woo.
Thank you. Which is the best way to learn that you have a really shitty personality. And I'm one of those really mentally ill people, you know, end of sentence. No, I wasn't taking the breakup well, you know, because I am one of those really mentally ill people. Like, for instance, I change my hair color every like 3 months or so. So about a year ago, I dyed it blonde. And then a couple of months after that, I dyed it black. Something that I've been wanting to do for a while. Because you know how the old saying goes, I like my men like I like my hair. Damaged. Everyone in Austin was like, ugh. Thank you. No, I mean, I am feeling really angry about this breakup, and being the mentally ill person I am, I decide I'm gonna leave my ex-boyfriend a Yelp review at his job. Because that's also how white I am. Like growing up, my parents were so white that their favorite seasoning for food was raisins. I'm so mad that there was already a raisins joke tonight. Like people think eating ass is gross, but they've never tried the potato salad at my family reunion. We're Irish and we still can't get that one right. One time I did that joke at a club and a woman went up to me afterwards and she was like, "That's racist against white people." And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I don't think you understand. I actually can't be racist against white people." I love incest porn in the song Sweet Caroline. And honestly, that is true. I do love incest porn. I watch it all the time, not because I think it's hot, but because I always deep down wish that my parents had gotten divorced. I'm a greedy bitch that wanted 2 Christmases. Thank you. Goodbye.
Grace Kirk. Holy shit. You have the best background I've ever seen. There's a man who's demonstrating that you better wear your fucking mask. He took a bong hit through his anchor. I mean, he only broke to take a little sip of water. He took a little sip of water, came back down, realized he needed to cough a little bit more. Oh my God. That was great. Big fan of your friends. Also, love that there's 2 bongs on a table for 3 people. That is share. One of you guys don't share with one other person, but it's because you do backwash. You backwash my bong. Oh, I said I wasn't going to tag, but you knew I was going to lie about that. I'm going to have fun throughout this whole show. And this next comedian is going to, just carry it on out because she is so fucking funny. She's the funniest person I know, and she's way funnier than you will ever be. Do you understand? I love to bring her up that way because she's also the host of Gender Fluid's podcast and the MAGA, short for Make America Get Along Again, because she loves peace, have fun. Also the co-star of Van Damme Jean-Claude, which is my show. And it's her show too, because we're co-stars. And she plays a 10-year-old boy. Oh, make sure you check that out. Okay. Now put your hands together. Wait, firstly, if you just got here, thank you so much for being here. You're wonderful. If you think these comedians are wonderful, send them a message attached to money. See, because that way we'll read it. Sometimes you guys get lost in the friend, I'm not going to, you're requesting, you're just saying, hey, right? This guy's just saying, hey, I'm not going to deal into that. But if you attach $5 to it, hey, what's up? How's it going? And you can do that on Venmo. And everybody who's attached to their Venmo is right there. So just send me whatever pervy message you want, and I'll say, what's up? Hi. Send it to money. And I know other people on here will do it. Give it up for Ariel Isaac Norman.
Hey, all right. I'm live automatically. I guess I'm in a good mood today. I found out that people are drinking their pee for health reasons. It's called urine therapy. It's real. It's like a real thing that you can look up the hashtag on Instagram and everything. Supposedly our pee can heal anything that ails us. So it can heal cancer or AIDS or COVID. There's a subset of the urine health community, though, that believes that you're only going to get the benefits if you drink the pee of people who are 5 years old or younger. So there's pedophiles out there. But the thing, okay, so supposedly people have studied it, and your own pee isn't really good for your own health. But I doubt that they've studied child's pee. Because what if children's pee actually is better for it because their diets are cleaner, it's just breast milk and fruit and whatever, whereas we're eating processed stuff. So maybe children's pee really could cure AIDS, and we're just sitting on this. So what a shame. I hope it is true that one day we're going to be having kids just to sell their pee, but we'll see. All right. A lot of people think I have pronouns or whatever. I don't. I'm still doing she, her, hers. I mean, except in the bedroom anyway, where turns out I identify as a good boy, but that's really none of y'all's business. Now I'm non-binary or whatever, but I publicly I identify as a woman for sex reasons, because that's what the most people want to fuck. So, so I just kind of ride that. I mean, half of my lesbian friends are like trans or non-binary now, or I guess I shouldn't call them. They were lesbians in 2015, but they're doing something now, which is cool. It's just that I remember several years ago, back when they were lesbians, sometimes, dude would ask them, like, oh, which one to use the man, which one to use the woman? And the common response was like, oh, well, we're both women. That's kind of the point. All right. I'm like, well, now it kind of seems like you owe those guys, it sounds like you were the guy. Sounds like maybe you kind of owe those guys an apology for having correctly gendered you way ahead of their time. So they were basically asking for pronouns, and we told them. Okay. So there's so I don't know if y'all are on queer Instagram, what's up. There's non-binary people who, some of them are like straight non-binary in the middle kind of. Other people are like non-binary, like she, they. You can be he, they, or she, they. So I have some she, they friends who have been chopping their boobs off, which is empowering them, whatever, I guess. But I'm just like, how come all of the non-binary people are chopping their boobs off? If they're non-binary, how come none of them are just chopping one boob off? These people are already comfortable with asymmetrical haircuts. It just feels natural. I am a feminist, and I mean, I know some people don't like to call themselves feminists, but I think that everyone would be a feminist if you went with my definition. I just keep it simple. I think that all that being a feminist really should mean is that you believe that men and women should work together to get the world's population to about 88% women, 12% men. So I think we can all pretty much, that is a safer, hotter world for everyone. Man, if that sounds bad to you, just realize that if you're alive in that world, you're going to get laid way more often. And so would I. So on that. So, I am a feminist, like I say, but I'm not one of these, anti-trans feminists or anything. On the contrary, I think that all penis people should consider taking testosterone blockers if they have not. Now, I'm not saying all penis people should, and I'm not trying to scare you women out there. But like 4s and below. All right. If you're a penis person who's a 4 or below, I'm talking just like attractive level, you're probably better off not having as much testosterone in your, just for your own sake, as much. Nobody really wants you to be strong and horny. Okay. Do you know how much grief we could have saved ourselves? Okay. If the 4s and below people we could have avoided Harvey Weinstein. Y'all hear the Bikram yoga guy? Louis C.K. None of this would have happened if these people had been cutting off some of this. Okay, because this is what I heard a few months ago. I heard that some incels, involuntary celibate, in case you have any old people watching, the dudes who aren't getting laid, some incels chopped off their own balls because they were like tired of their sex drive. I was like, did y'all Google that? You can just lactone, spironolactone. Okay, we have this available now. Okay, because trans women take spironolactone usually to block testosterone, but they'll take estrogen as well in conjunction with that. A lot of people don't know, though, that spironolactone was originally a heart medication that just incidentally blocks testosterone. So it's a heart medication. It reduces your blood pressure and the risk of heart failure, because testosterone is basically steroids. So being a woman, it turns out, predictably enough, is better for your heart. Okay. just some options on the table. Yeah, so testosterone blockers would not only make you less preoccupied with sex, but they also decrease your body hair. It decreases your chance of getting bald, and it reduces acne. So ironically, if people, giving up that pesky sex drive of theirs would make them more likely to get laid. Is that did we all get one sad horn of our set? Oh, I thought you've been doing the sad horn every time that someone gave like a particular kind of joke, but
So did I.
Well, and I think that's fine. That was my TED Talk, my Hannah Gatsby style thing on why you men should cut off your testosterone supply. You'll only be better and get laid more often. All right. Thank you so much.
Woo!
Errol Isaac Norman, cut your fucking dick off. What, are you scared? You scared? Just do it. I mean, at least cut it down the middle, limo it, but reverse limo it, Cut it down the middle, take out the middle part, put it back on, all right? They're too big these days. They're too big. They're all these guys, look how big they are. No, too big. I'm sorry. What I like about Greek statues, if you like art, what I appreciate about is the reasonable sized penises. Have you guys seen these? Okay. No, they're always covered up by a maple leaf. That's all that deserves. So thank you. I promise you, I'll stop tagging these as soon as the show is over. I want to bring up our next comedian. This comedian is maybe the most unpredictable comedian that I know of. I love to see him in any room, and I'm so excited to see what he's going to do now. He's all the way from Houston. He has been on Come and Take It Fest, which I'm sure he has done. Give it up for Drew Holloway.
Hello.
Yay!
Howdy.
Woo.
Give me just a second. Y'all ever notice that white people like to sleep on their left side and black people like to sleep with my mom? Y'all been noticing that? Oh, all right. I don't know how to play this. I was going to college for a while. Sorry. I was going to college for a while, and then I found out while I was going to college that on average circus clowns make $68,000 a year. So I was at college for like an engineering degree, and I was like, fuck this. I'm gonna go where the money is. And I dropped out so I could go to clown college in Missouri City, Texas. Like there's a lot of different kinds of clowns. If you've ever been to clown college, there's like your Cirque du Soleil clowns, which is like your doctorate level clowns. And then you've got like the guys like doing fire shit on a trapeze. That's like your master's degree. And then you got like your bachelor's, which is just like you and 30 other guys getting out of a small car. I went for the associate's clown degree. I just went to be a birthday clown because I thought that'd be pretty easy money. Just show up at a kid's birthday party, like, oh, hello. What are you? You 12 today? That's cool. You want a balloon animal? Ooh, I'm Ping Pong the Clown. And then I'd make a shitload of money. That's what I thought I would do. It didn't work out for clown college. I actually failed out of clown college because I couldn't juggle. While I was there, I did learn a lot. I learned mime. I got really good at mime. Thank you. I I don't know. I learned this is a weird thing they made me learn. I had to learn like how to do accents and impressions, which I thought was weird because like when you go to a kid's birthday party, like I've never been to a kid's birthday party and then the kid's like, I want to see a guy do Robert De Niro. I've never seen that shit. That doesn't happen. But I had to do accents. I had to do impressions. I got really, really good at them. So if anyone wants to hear an accent or an impression, just go ahead and yell it out. And since this is on Zoom and no one's really here, I'll just yell some out for myself.
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro, good answer. This is an impression of Robert De Niro going to Starbucks coffee to get some coffee. This is Robert De Niro at Starbucks. Yeah, I'd like to get a coffee. Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro at Starbucks, everybody. Hey. Robert De Niro. Hey, thank you very much. Anyone else? I can do all of them. I can do everything. Donald Trump. Good answer. Donald Trump. This is Donald Trump going to Starbucks coffee to get some coffee. This is Donald Trump going to Starbucks coffee. Excuse me, fuck you, get out of the way. I'm going to the front of the prison. Yes, I'd like a Diet Coke, please. The big one. Yeah, the big, venti, very big. That's what I want. Very big Diet Coke. I want that for me. Thank you. Donald Trump at Starbucks Coffee. Thank you. This is a lot worse without a crowd. Hey, you know, it'd be really smart. What if I just do crowd work for a Zoom show? That'll be fun and cool. All right, that's y'all like jokes? You like topical jokes? You like topical jokes about the current political climate? Good, me too. I don't know. We're in like a weird time in history. We're in like a weird time of like race relations, and I think someone needs to come out and say it. I don't think OJ did it. I don't think OJ really stole all that merchandise. He definitely killed his wife, though. He for sure killed his wife. But Ron Goldman, he just fell down some stairs. That was a total accident, total coincidence. That didn't happen. I'm a fool now because I've stood up and I put on a jacket and I turned off my AC so I wouldn't be making noise. And all that's done is make me very sweaty. That's how I feel.
I feel.
I'll finish up on this. Take the chair on backwards. And I just want to I want to leave you with this because it actually isn't mine. I rented it. I'm just going to put it right here and I'm going to walk away.
Drew Holloway. Where's he renting stuff from? I want in. All the way from Houston, another comedian. This man is one from Houston and two used to do comedy when in a past life. In a past life, give it up for Victor Tran.
All right, still Drew. This is just an extension of Drew's act. What's up, everybody? All right. Comedian sounds sarcastic now. It sounds like anytime you introduce a comic, it sounds like it's done with quotes. Nice to be here. Things have been better, but we're here. I can't believe this all started by a pangolin. I don't even know what a pangolin is. I thought Pang Olin was the Chinese guy who ate that bat. So we're learning things every day. Been away from everything. I've been trying to spend the pandemic learning new things. I went shooting for the first time during the pandemic, and I'll be honest, I get it now. I get it. It's a good time. I'm a pretty liberal guy, but I fired one shot. I was like, oh, I need to see Obama's birth certificate. It feels amazing. I love it. But that was cool. I right now I'm back home. I'm living with my parents again. Every time I tell people that I moved back home with my parents, are like, "Oh, that's good. That's good. Saving money." I just want to clarify: the money was fine. I'm here to help. That's why I'm back here. But I'm back here. I live with my 7-year-old brother. There's a huge age difference. Right now, he's at that age. He always likes to ask me like, who our parents love more, me or him? And so I always have to break it down for him. I'm like, okay, think about it. First off, they named me Victor, which means winner. So that's already a pretty big clue, I'd say. They named you Jackson, which means son of Jack. Our dad's name is Steve, so you figure that one out. Retard. What else I get done? I got my car fixed recently, which was necessary. I hate taking my car to the mechanic because they always make me feel stupid, for not being an expert on cars. Like, that's your job. Like, I was getting embarrassed every time I go to the car shop. Like, I would rather have the mechanic give me a colonoscopy in his own shop than have him check under my hood, just because I'm confident that the inside of my asshole is more pleasant than what's going on inside my engine. So probably less leakage. Let's say. And like, I always feel dumb. Like, I brought my car to the mechanic. I told him that I smell something burning from my engine, and then he asked me. He was like, "Oh, okay, what does the burning smell like?" Fucking burnt. It smells burnt. That's the predominant smell whenever things are burning. Nobody ever goes like, "Hey, is something on fire? And is it lasagna?" That never fucking happens. So, yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I feel like, and then he told me, he's like, "Yeah, sometimes we can tell what's wrong with a car based on what the burning smells like." Like, yeah, if I had the mechanical skill to smell what's wrong with my car, I wouldn't fucking need you. Right? I fix it myself. I don't know. I don't want to complain too much. I do appreciate him though. Anytime I get my car fixed, I always take my mechanic out to dinner. Not because I'm grateful. It's just, if my shit breaks down again, now we're stuck here together. Right? So, it's like, car's broken down. What does that smell like? Right? And then if it does work, then I take him to a nice dinner, and then I let him give me that colonoscopy, which is nice. I thought I would get the womp womp after that one. Let's see. I'll try this one. I got a cleft lip. I was born with a cleft lip. Not that bad. Not a big problem. Many people don't notice. My best friend of 11 years, he didn't notice until I told him. And that didn't make me feel any better, because then he was just like, "Oh, okay, I thought you were just regular ugly. I didn't know. I didn't know your face had a doctor's note. But okay, that's cool." But it's not that big of a problem. It doesn't bother me that much. It's not even the biggest problem on my face. Like, first off, I have a huge fucking nose. Like, you gotta be this close to see my scar. You could be 2 miles away and know that I can smell what you smell like. Um, so there's that. You know, some people try to hide theirs. I've noticed. Like I know a couple of other. Oh, okay. I know there's some people like try to hide their cleft lips. I was wondering why. Like they'll lie about it. They're like, yeah, I got mine in a bar fight. Yeah, you should see the other guy. I'm like, okay, yeah, who was it? God? Because I know that's who gave it to you. You know? I don't know. It's not a big problem for me. I live a pretty normal life. I speak fine. I still meet girls. I go down on them. I call it scissor kissing. That's fun. I don't know. And, I'm enjoying mass. I'm enjoying the mandatory mass. That makes my life a lot easier. I have this fantasy of hooking up with a girl and going back to her place and then pulling off my mask to reveal my cleft lip. And then she's just like, oh, okay, you're circumcised. All right. That's new. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of things going on with race lately. Wow, what an apt time. It is a bummer. I will agree. It is a bummer. But I don't know, man. I'm gonna go ahead and spend my money with companies that I know to be on the right side of history. That means more homemade pizza and less Papa John's, I'd say. Because I don't know if you guys remember a couple of years ago, Papa John himself, he got in trouble for saying the N-word in a conference call. And it's like, dude, what were you thinking? Like, how does that word even come up in a conversation about pizza? Right? Like, can you imagine being an intern on the other side of the line being like, yeah, I don't know, Mr. John, I think we should just keep calling them black olives. No need to change the name. All right. Well, that's it. That was a lot of fun. Stay alive. Thanks.
Tran. It is so hard to keep up with these fucking guys. I just learned out at the Jimmy John's, that guy sucks, and that the guy from Home Depot, they suck. But they already sold their fucking company. Like, you can't even not go there anymore because they already got their money. So feel like you can eat Papa John's. That's unfortunately bad name, but delicious pizza. Getting some hard nose from the Zoom call. I mean, Twitch light me up, but comedians are also on your side. I have 2 more comedians to tag out their jokes. And you bet you I'm going to. If you're just joining us, this is Isolation Comedy Show. Not a stand-up show. It's a little bit of a joke show. And this next comedian deserves all of your money. So if you have any extra, give it to her in a note. All right. Package it up in a little, in a Venmo and send the note. Okay. She will very much enjoy it. And you can actually do it and get something back. Okay. Because this next comedian just wrote a book. It's called The Gideon Woman, an illustrative comedic book of paintings that got me through pandemic. Not me, her. Give it up for Katie.
Thank you. Hello, guys. Oh man, Zoom shows, they're so fun. They're like the MTV Cribs we didn't ask for, right? I recently, so I had my everyone's getting a birthday in court. We're all gonna get a birthday through this. Back in March, my boss was still talking about somehow going to see a concert in the summertime, and in my mind, I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna turn 30 in quarantine. And it happened. And I'm a very mature woman, and so I've been saying that I'm 30 for a long time. Like, I've been saying I'm 30 for probably like 3 months, I'm just like, I'm 30. And my boyfriend's just like, stop saying that. You're like throwing me off. You're 29. And I'm like, I'm just trying it on, seeing how it fits, seeing how it feels. It's just like how I call you my fiance when you're not around. You know what I mean? I've been feeling, I don't know about you guys, I just feel like we're all at this like gross level now. Like the other day I woke up, I was so scared. I thought I saw a spider on me, but it was actually my armpit hair. And so, but I'm just embracing it. I've just been feeling very sexual, so sexy. I've just been walking down Colfax. That's a street in Denver. Okay. Just walking down Colfax, taking in all the cat calls. This one dude just started barking at me. He literally was just like, and I was like, damn. I just started like meowing back at him. I was like, you know? And then I got a closer look when the sun cleared my eyes, and I was like, oh my God, it's just a Cocker Spaniel barking at me. I will take it. So, you know, quarantine's fun. I don't know if you can see it from, because it's Zoom, but as you can tell from all the hair on my clothes, I have a very Italian boyfriend. He's a spicy meatball. And it's fun being locked inside an apartment for long periods of time with a spicy meatball, you know? The crazy just relationship, anybody that's like upset that you don't have someone, imagine seeing the same person for you don't know till when, you know. It's very fun. You know, you think you want to have sex with somebody, you're like, I want to have sex right now, let's go, you know. You go find your partner and you're like, let's have sex, and they're like, oh, I just masturbated, sorry, you know. You're like, what? I finally turned it on for you, you know. How we missed each other in like a 900 square foot apartment, I have no idea. You find out more about yourself when you're around a partner that much. Like I found out that I fart in my sleep. Okay. Great thing to wake up to, be told, you know, oh, you fart in your sleep. It's like, you know, I'm one to talk out of my ass. Come on. When we have fights, he'll just bring out a photo after, you know, like that part, like you just like, it's like two dogs barking at each other. Like you're like, you know, and then it's silence and you're like, I need a moment to calm down. Instead, he comes over and he's like, look at this picture of our dog, you know, and that's not fair. You can't bring puppy photos to a couples fight. That's bullshit. It's going to make me just feel like a lot better no matter what. And then I'm like, why am I even mad, you know? I got called a fire crotch recently, which is weird. That's been around my whole life. You know, you're not a redhead unless you've been fetishized as a child. And so, you know, I'm just going to retake that name and call it, you know, whenever someone calls me a fire crotch, I'm going to say, no, baby, it's mean vagine. Okay. It's very spicy. Been watching lots of 6 Feet Under. I've never watched it until quarantine. It's very comforting. You know, it's all about death, but it's very comforting. And there's a SIDS episode, and we all know what SIDS is, right? We could even say it together: sudden infant death syndrome. It's not a fun one. But in the SIDS episode, one of the morticians is like having a very hard time, like embalming an infant that died. And so, you know, like they come to the conclusion of the episode. His wife just holds him after he does it, and she's like, baby, some babies are just too good for this world, you know. And I thought that was a beautiful thing to say. And some of you may know, I do work at Planned Parenthood. I was like, we should take that, right? Like, that's just perfect, you know. I do work at Planned Parenthood, but I work at a family planning clinic. So do we all know what that means, right? We don't do, and we can say that together, abortion, right? Because it's not 100% of what we do, right? And now we can all say that together. It's not 100% of what we do, you know? But I wish it was, you know? No, I'm just kidding. People, you know, they come in, they get a pap smear, they get their birth control. But I have all these hangers out in my car when y'all are ready for it. Carload of hangers, that's me. Why ban abortion when you can get a van abortion, right? All right. You guys handled all those abortion jokes really well. I also, so I'm an artist, and I really think that like it's really important to support the arts, you know, which is why I had one of my close friends insert my own IUD. And when you have your close friend insert your IUD, you hear a lot about yourself that, like, you know, a regular clinician or gynecologist probably wouldn't tell you. Like I found out that the Marina, which is the IUD that I have, is literally made and engineered to like average size of a uterus, but every woman's uterus is different sizes. Okay. And so the average size uterus that Marina is made for is a 6. Now, I just want to make sure all the comics are listening. I want you guys to shout out how big or what size uterus or cervix do you think I have, you guys?
4.
3.
6.
I'm a 6, dude. I'm a 6. That's the first time I've ever been a 6 in my whole fucking life. Are you kidding me? I was like calling up all my friends like, hey, when this is over, we're all going to go clothing swap. I'm going to fit into your clothes. It's going to be perfect. Speaking of clothes, went to Target for the first time in a long time. And you're not allowed to try on the clothes there, because of COVID. And so you just kind of have to eyeball it, which is very hard. And so I have a really big head, big brain, very big head. And so I just I got sunburned, and I hate when that happens, but it happens. And so I was like, I need to go get a straw. I need to go get like a big hat, for the next time that I'm outside hiking or something. And so I got this hat, and this girl was like, sorry, you can't try it on. So I was like, okay. She's like, but we have full return. So I'm in the checkout line, and I'm telling this lady, she's checking all of my stuff out, and she's like, how are you? And I was like, I'm fine. I have this hat here though. I just have a weird question. I have a really big head. Have you seen anybody with a head? I have a really big head. Have you seen anybody with a big head also checking out with this hat? They say they like it or anything. And the cash register, instead of anything else, all she said was, oh, that's funny. You have a big head. And then we both laughed, and that was it. And I felt bad about myself. Okay. She could have been like, yes, she could have said yes instead of just making me constantly worry about the hat. And the hat never fit. So that sucks. Okay, I have one last rant, and then I'll get out of here. I have a lot of friends who used to be alcoholics or whatever, and now they're sober, which I'm really happy for. Got family members too, going through this. But the one thing that really pisses me off about sobriety is that these people, they're like, I pissed the bed, I crashed your car and all stuff. But when they're sober, they're like, I am better than you. They think they're the best person. They're constantly killing it, crushing it. I'm the best, And I'm just kind of okay, don't act like you didn't show up to the beach house last summer, drunk as fuck at 10 a.m. scaring the children, Lisa. Okay, we remember that person. You can't just act like it didn't happen. Okay, well, I will leave you guys with that. Thank you.
Katie Bowman. I am so appreciative that you changed the name to Lisa instead of Colton.
Woo!
And I'll do it again. I love learning about vaginas. Thank you so much. I never get to learn about them, and this format has just opened a 6. I still don't know what the fuck that means. I have no idea. I can't even comprehend what hole you're talking about. I went to public school. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna leave it on. I went to public school, and buy her fucking book. If you have extra money, buy it, okay? Because she paints some wonderful things in there. And we have 2 comedians left. Okay? So if you're just tuning in, thank you guys. You guys kind of missed the show, but your friends told you to come. You took your time, and now you're here. You guys are in for a great 2 comedians. This next comedian, I first saw her at Comedy Works, and I was so glad I did. She's so fucking funny. She is the host of White Set Comedy and Elliot's late night comedy show in Fort Collins, and New Faces semifinals in 2019, which both happened when the pandemic, was not happening. So you're so fucking lucky you get to see her right now. Give it up for Rosalie James Taylor.
Oh my God. Hi, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And real quick, I know they can't hear it, but just send a little prayer to every comedian you've seen. They're doing such a good job. This is a horrible time to be alive, truly, for a lot of reasons. And I'm really running out of hope. So start of the year, I got brave. I came out as transgender. I know, so incredible living this close to Wyoming. It's oh my God. Every day they try and kill me. It's crazy. It's always being on the hunt. I love it. It's great. Grindr's a hunting app here. I love it. But yeah, no, I came out as transgender. I felt really good about that. And then 2 weeks later, the pandemic happened and everything shut down. And I was like, okay, we can live with that. God hates trannies. It's fine. I can live with that fact. All right. And then let's see, I got evicted from my home a month after that. And I was like, no, this isn't going to break me because I'm Rosalie now. I'm going to be perfect and I'm going to overcome everything. And then last week, I threw my fucking back out at the age of 25. So God is dead. I fucking hate it here. This sucks. They said it gets better. It didn't. It got worse. It got so much worse. Because at least when I was a boy, I could bend over, I could still have sex. That was a really nice thing that I could do for a minute during the pandemic and quarantine. And like, I know it's not good to be like, you know, casually going out and fucking right now because, you know, germs and human contact are pretty much frowned upon. The way I rationalize it, every time I choke on a dick, I'm like, I'm just getting ready for the ventilator, you know? It's like it's how I practice, you know? But no, I can't do that anymore because my fucking back is like totally out. And I've just been home like all day. I took a day off from work because like after a week of this, I just couldn't do it anymore. So like I woke up and like finally went to a doctor, and they pretty much just told me, they're like, you have sciatica. And I was like, oh, that Kim Kardashian skin disease? And they're like, no, like nerve pain. All right, it's not as fancy. But you know, we were doing that and they were like, oh, do you want like some painkillers? And I originally was like, oh, that'd be amazing. Like that would make me feel so much better. And then I was like, well, how much is it gonna like set me back? And they're about, you know, $250. So living in Colorado, I went to a dispensary and got medicine for $40. And I feel fantastic now. So what can I say? I grew up in a very spiritual, metaphysical home. I'm just into like alternative medicine, I guess. I don't know. But, you know, I've been like at home all day, just like on Tinder, on Grindr, just kind of like mindlessly going through because there's no one else in my apartment but me. And it's incredible how there are still guys who like, even when you tell them like, yeah, my back is like, you know, totally fucked up right now, I'm just kind of miserable, who will still like shoot their shot. It was great. I had one guy tell me that his dick could fix all of my problems, and I was like, that would save me so much money in gender affirming surgery, and incredible too. If you fuck me so hard my penis falls off and like a vagina blooms, I feel like you deserve like a candle or something with your face on it. You know? I should probably pray to you. And then I had another guy tell me that his dick could be an epidural for me because once it was in, I wouldn't feel anything from the waist down, which I was like, I don't know if you fully understand what you just said to me, but okay. Go with it. So fucking gross. Like, I thought being a gay man was hard. No, being a straight woman is hell on earth. Like, there truly are moments where I sit down and I'm like, why did I trade everything being so easy for things to just be so much harder now? Like, clothes shopping is the enemy, truly, because it makes no fucking sense to me how I go into like a Walmart because I'm poor and like I'm a size, you know, maybe like 14, but then if I go to Target, I'm like a size beach whale about to pop from like sun exposure. That doesn't seem fair to me. It used to just be like fat, medium, skinny when I was a boy, and that was great. I could work with that. This fucking number system, ridiculous. Just makes me so angry. No, like I'm happy I did it. Like I'm happy I came out as trans. It was super worth it. Like if you have like LGBT people in your life, like, you know, it is such a huge adjustment and it's awesome and it's exciting for us, but like just so unfair, like this fucking decision. And I think it's worse because I actually also have a stepbrother who is trans as well. He is going from female to male though. So he just kind of gets to let his body fall apart now, you know, and he's rewarded for it. Like I go down and I visit him and he'll be like, oh, Rosalie, you have to come check this out. And like go over and he'll be like, check it out. He's got like armpit hair and he's like, yeah, look at that. So cool, right? So fucking masculine. Meanwhile, I am like waxing every inch of my body, just trying to keep false illusion alive. Like, hey, you're doing great, buddy. I love you so much. That's awesome. You stink now? Great. That's super rewarding. If I don't smell like a daisy, they will hate crime me. Like, oh, you know, it's cool and super equal. Love you. God, it's so annoying. I do love my family though. They have been like cool. They actually like sent me a care package because I told them about my back earlier this week. And I did grow up in like a very spiritual, metaphysical home. So I'm just frankly lucky to be alive at the age of 25, I think. Because hippy dippy parents are shitty parents. I know you think it's like the dad with the belt in the bottle. No. It's the mom with the hemp. Like she's I hate her. Because like when I was a kid and like even now, like when I got sick, there was no medicine. I didn't know what Tylenol was until I was already like a woman trapped in a man's body. You feel me? Like it was a real nightmare. Instead, what I got as a kid was crystals. Like some fucking Hogwarts Medicare provider was looking out for me. Real bullshit. And like, truly. And even today, like, you know, I open the package and there's a note on top of it. And it just says, like, don't forget to tell yourself you're not really in pain, and the universe will bring that to you. I was like, what kind of fucking advice is that? Like, you tell yourself, like, oh, I'm not sick, and then magically it's going to work out for you. You know who did that? My Aunt Gwen. She died of cancer still. The entire fucking time being like, I don't have cancer. And I was like, that's a horrible haircut. Like, holy shit. So it worked out for her. So irritating. And just like, I removed that note, and then like inside of it, there's just this fucking, and I'll show you guys, like, it's just this big ass piece of amethyst. So I called my mom. I was like, what am I supposed to do with this? And she was like, lay on it. And I was like, you want me to lay on a sharp fucking rock when I have back pain? What's wrong with you? Why didn't the police take me as a kid? Like, that's my fucking question. God. But no, you guys have been so much fun. Thank you again for like tuning in tonight. I am gonna go personally lay down on an ice pack in the modern age and maybe like keep on getting high. But thank you so much. You guys have a great one.
Woo! Taylor, you're welcome. You audience members, you got to see her. Yeah, wonderful. This is what the show does. Okay. If you're listening in, welcome. You guys have fucking missed the whole show. We have one left. And, you know, you're lucky, you know, but you should have seen the whole show. I hope you feel guilty and, you know, donate to the show. Send this boy lots of money. Put it in a Venmo, okay? And write a little note on it and say something about Brooklyn, because that's where he's from. He used to live in Austin. Now he lives in Brooklyn. And he opened up for Mark Normand. He was a very Jerry Seinfeld type of guy. You know what I'm talking about? Do you? Do you?
Jake's kids.
Put some hands together in your house for Casey Stewart.
Woo!
Yeah. Y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
I'm Jesus. I said I'm Jesus. Thank you. I am Jesus. But like Ariel, are you trying to seduce somebody right now? You're going like full risky business right there with the shirt. Can we post Ariel back up? Is it cool? No, don't dip out. Like you look
I'm
clean.
trying to get back into the picture for you. It's just
She's sharp. I don't know if you hear my audio now. She got the waves in the background. I don't know. We can hop out now. But yeah, I don't know. I just saw that. Remember when quarantine was supposed to last like 30 days? And we're still here and our summer's over with. Like this has been like a crazy. This is like how weird quarantine, like I think it's done everybody. Like introverts are actually starting to communicate with people now, including myself. Like extroverts are actually like trying to learn new skills and projects. And boomers are just now figuring out the world's racist. It's like I don't see how you can't, like, you just now figuring out racist shit's popping off and you go to Cracker Barrel every Saturday. Like the front porch of Cracker Barrel is the scene to every slave movie Plantation. Like that is the makeup of a plantation in every slave movie. Like how do you not figure this out yet? Maybe because you're at Cracker Barrel and there's only like one race that goes to Cracker Barrel. I don't know. Oh yeah, Victor, you said you got siblings. Victor said he argues with his siblings, like who's the parent's favorite child. We don't do that in my family. We don't do that in my family. I think part of the reason why we don't do that because like my sister is an NCAA championship. She's the back-to-back NCAA track champion. And I spend my weekdays reading manga, my Saturday nights watching anime. I think I know like who my mom is proud of. Like, she's not walking into work like guys. Gather around. You see my son's fan fiction on Naruto? Like no females going too tender. Oh, he's a fan of Spirited Away. We're gonna fuck tonight. Like that's not like how this works. Like I don't understand it. And then when did anime become popular? Like have y'all noticed this? Like all of a sudden anime is cool. Like Uzi Vert is one of the top rappers alive, and he has a whole Bugatti painted with anime pictures. Like when did this happen? Because it wasn't happening when I was a kid. We went from Wu-Tang to the Akatsuki. All right, it's too deep of a cut. My bad, guys. Nobody watches anime. Watch more anime. I'm watching a Kami Guy Kill right now. Oh, one of my homies said like the worst STD you can get is having a kid. Which I don't say that. First, that's like an old way. I don't think it's the worst STD you can get because you can get rid of a kid, right? Like you can no for real, like you can get rid of a kid. Like 18 years old, you can kick that kid out of your house. 13 if you're in the South. Like you can get rid of a child. And like most people when I hear that, they're like, oh, like he's gonna make a joke about abortion. Like the joke has nothing to do with abortion. This next one does. Okay, look. Okay, no, this is my thing with abortion. I don't even think I even remember the joke. Like this is my thing with abortion. Oh, I don't even remember the joke. Cool. We'll get back to it. We'll circle back to abortion jokes. I can't have that like you like just in it, you in your zone, you're like, oh fuck, like I just can't remember this speech I prepared for everybody. I can't remember the stuff that I put together. But I think I know why my mom doesn't like me though. Like I think why, because she actually called me watching porn one time. Yesterday, she called me watching porn in the quarantine. But not like she called me watching porn when I was a kid, and like we're like a real Christian family. So she set me down and she brought me into the kitchen. Like she kind of like brought me into the kitchen. She set me down. She looked me dead in my face and goes, "Why weren't any of the girls black?" Like that's your issue, not the fact that I'm dancing with the devil. The fact I'm dancing with the white devil. Like that's your problem. I'm Black Jesus. I don't get that. Like, why would that be the biggest issue in the situation? I don't know. But I like being where I'm from. I'm from Texas, actually. I'm from a small town in East Texas. I like it because like cost of living there is so cheap, but the racism's free. Like, okay, is racism based on fact or opinion? Is based on facts or opinion? Like, who thinks racism is based on ignorance? Who thinks racism is based on ignorance in my group? Anybody? No?
Yeah.
Tupac out here. Anyways, I just don't. I think it's based on facts. I think racism is based on facts. Nobody's with me because you don't get racist until you get around other races, right? Like you just don't. Like this is my like. I love Black people. I love my Black people. I want them to do great things. But if another 30-year-old Black male email me about a mixtape, I'm joining the Klan. Like, what are you doing? You're an adult. Get a job. Like, do something with your life. Like, white people, I love you. Like, I watched the Do Tour. That's cool shit. If I go to the park one more time and I see a white person kissing a dog in the mouth, I'm calling the police on y'all. What are y'all doing? They love me in Houston. All right, we're doing good. Maybe Grace doesn't. All right.
Oh, fuck. Is my mic on?
No, I can just read faces. Like I can read faces. I'm an adult. Anybody drive with two hands on the wheel? Any y'all drive with two hands on the wheel?
Yeah.
Drive. Oh yeah. To me, you're a coward. If you drive with two hands on the wheel, you're a coward. Like, what do you have to live for? Like your life is not that important. I'd rather die looking cool than to live like a bitch. Like I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna die. I'm not finna die looking soft. That was the coolest thing growing up as a kid, seeing somebody drive with one hand. Like I just thought you had so much swagger. I'd rather die like that than like just be weak. Drive with one hand, guys. It's all right. What else I was doing? Abortion. Let's get into it. Oh, so okay. This is my thing about abortion. Like this is not professional at all. Okay, so this is my thing about abortion. So I understand, like, I'm pro-choice myself. Like I'm pro-choice now. Like I'm educated. I know what's going on in the world. And so this is what happened though. Like this is my thing. Like I understand. Like you got a lot of reasons on why you should be allowed to get that abortion. Like there's health reasons that goes in there, and not be able to afford that child. That child can have a There's a lot of reasons on why you should be able to have that abortion. But what if the reason why she got the abortion, she knew she wouldn't be proud of that child? Like you just know, like this child's gonna be a complete failure. It's like you go to the doctor, right? Like you go to the doctor and you're doing a blood test. As they're doing the blood test, like they come on and like, hey, we did the blood test, little Timmy. We did the blood test on Timmy the womb. It turns out to be a backup point guard on JV at best. Like, do you keep that child? Not me. Okay, y'all aren't sports fans. We got some nerds up in here. Let's say you go to the same doctor, right? You the same doctor do that blood test, right? You go and do the blood test, and you do the blood test and it comes back their favorite Star Wars gonna be Phantom Menace. Do you keep that kid? I'm rolling with the joke. I'm gonna take that as a plot. I'm not even take that as a lie. I like doing these Zoom shows because you can see like everybody's life and who's struggling right now just by looking at their whole background. Like me, it's like I have no friends, there's nothing going on. But everybody else you tell like, oh, I'm failing at life right now just by looking at my background. Did that hit home? I don't know. Well, so I get out of here on this. Like I was in Austin a few weeks ago. Well, not a few weeks. I moved to Austin about a year or two ago. And one thing that I was new to and I had no idea about was sex positivity. I never knew what that term was. I'm from East Texas, forgive me. So I moved to Austin. I first heard that term about sex positivity. And like, if you don't know what it is, the Cliff Notes, from what I heard, short end, to take away the negative view of sex, demonizing sex and sexuality, instead of calling girls like hoes and slut, just say sex positive. And I'm cool with that. I'm down with that. But can we stop PC and everything? Like, can we not PC thoughtness? Like, I got a dad, right? Like to smoke. Why is that funny? I got this not to believe. Why I got a dad? Don't worry about that. It's not the believable part. No. I do got a dad, right? He like to smoke a little bit of crack. That's one of his hobbies. How does the saying go? Like if you do what you love, you never pay for a TV the rest of your life. Something like that. We like to smoke a little bit of crack, and I get in arguments with him all the time. And I'll call him a crackhead to his face. I promise you. But he became like, Casey, I'm not a crackhead. I'm crack positive. Slapping the shit out of him. All right, guys, I think that's easy. I'll catch y'all later. Black Jesus. I'm out.
Woo! Casey Stewart, Black Jesus. Yeah. He has a father. Okay. Don't want that. If you're wondering, you can call me whatever you want as long as you're coming. That's what I say, and I close out every show that way.
I like your mustache.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm killing this hoe.
It's pretty
Thank you.
unexpected.
Who said that at the end of the show?
I think it was great.
Okay, great. Great.
I do your mustache.
Well, that's been the show. Thank you guys so much for coming in. And we do this every other Friday. Next Friday is a different show, and we're launching it. I'm talking like Trump now. I've been down the rabbit hole. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be huge. It's beautiful. It's gonna be incubation comedy show where we'll be hosting Harrison Hammond's Nighthawks. It's a comedy art show featuring Andrew Murphy, Avery Moore, and Tyler Gross. Come join the fun and draw with us. A drawing show. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Buy Katie Bowman's book, okay? What else you got? What are you gonna do with money, okay? If you enjoyed the show, pay the Isolation Comedy Show on PayPal, and we'll just disperse it. We keep nothing. We give them everything. And be safe out there, okay? Wear a fucking mask, okay? Get out of here.